Imagine spending your whole life as a lowly medicine slave, shaking a dice every day for better talent, only to get garbage over and over. But when luck finally strikes, it strikes hard. This is the story of Hanju, the man who cultivates in secret for 1,000 years to survive. The young man unexpectedly acquired the shake system. Every day, he could shake a dice to reset his attributes. Yet, he had shaken it for 11 years straight. Each time, his attributes were either that of a millennium's worth of trash or of 10 millenniums worth of rubbish. Can you even imagine the frustration? Now, he has become numb to the daily routine of shaking. He swore to only start cultivating after shaking an exceptional attribute. Today, as usual, he shook and got the spiritual root of a millennium's worth of trash again. Frustrated, he spat out a mouthful of blood. With a sense of resignation, he began to shake his innate destiny. Suddenly, a streak of golden light flashed by. He actually shook out a super-grade innate destiny with 4 attributes: top-level charm, top-level swordsmanship aptitude, top-level agility, and after starting his life in the game, he obtained an unparalleled cultivation technique and 1,000 top-grade spirit stones. This is it. The moment everything changes. He was completely stunned. Then, he lay on the ground, laughing madly. From now on, I just need to focus on shaking for a high-quality spiritual root qualification. Now that I have this superior destiny, even if I shake until I'm 40, so what? In the not-too-distant future, there will definitely be a place for me in this cultivation world. The young man is named Hanju. His parents were servants of Old Tai, an alchemist of the Jade Pure sect's outer sect, who usually planted elixirs for him. But in the year he turned 6, his parents abandoned Hanju and ran away. Thus, Hanju took over his parents' job. One day, 2 cultivators from the Jade Pure sect's inner sect suddenly arrived at this medicine valley. It turned out that Old Tai was out on business, and the sect specifically asked them to guard this place. Just like that, another 2 years passed, and Hanju hadn't shaken a single high-quality spiritual root. My luck is really too bad. I'm afraid I might die shaking without ever getting a superior spiritual root. But hold up. Fate has other plans. Just then, Old Tai came back and called for everyone to assemble. Old Tai first praised everyone. You all did well while I was away. No problems occurred, and I am very pleased. Everyone looked deeply moved. This is what we should do. It's our honor to relieve our master of worries. Hanju, however, looked unimpressed. Puffed, a bunch of bootlickers. No matter how sweet your words, this old man won't give you any real benefits. At that moment, Old Tai suddenly called Hanju and 3 others over to him for a spiritual root qualification check. Hanju thought, hasn't he always forbidden servants from cultivating? Wait, there's blood on his clothes. Old Tai is injured. Fortunately, Hanju had never shaken a good spiritual root. Then another chubby kid was found to have a spiritual root, and Old Tai immediately said, I wish to take you as my disciple and take you outside the valley to cultivate. Would you like that? The chubby kid was ecstatic. I would love to. Only Hanju knew this chubby kid might never come back. This world is too dangerous. I need to hurry up and shake out a spiritual root for cultivation. 3 years passed just like that. Suddenly, a loud pig-like laughter came from Hanju's room. Hanju was so excited that he rolled around on the ground, for he had shaken out a top-level spiritual root containing 6 attributes. Finally, after all that grinding, God-tier talent unlocked. Hanju was about to start cultivating with the help of the system, but then he suddenly thought of Old Tai, that old geezer. That chubby kid has never been seen again since he was taken away, probably dead by now. It would be dangerous if he found out I was cultivating. At that moment, the system suddenly popped up a notification. You can choose a small place, and the system will help create a barrier. Cultivators outside the barrier will not be able to detect any changes inside. Hanju was overjoyed. A barrier could be created? In that case, today, I, Hanju, will officially step onto the path of cultivation. System. Begin. The next moment, he appeared in the system space. Options floated before his eyes. Now that you have unexpectedly awakened the inheritance of the immortal emperor and obtained an unparalleled technique, 6 realms of reincarnation, and set forth on the path of cultivation, please choose your main cultivation path. Hanju thought the 6 realms of reincarnation must involve cultivating all 6 types of spiritual roots together. He immediately decided to choose Sword Cultivator as his main cultivation path. Then, he watched as all the surrounding spiritual energy was absorbed into his body. Hanju instantly felt powerful and discovered an added relationship panel. Upon opening it, he found his relationship with Old Tai was marked as hatred. Hanju couldn't help but grit his teeth in anger. Damn it, Old Tai, you bastard. I've been toiling away at planting grass for you, and you still hate me? Wait, Old Tai's pettiness probably stems from my parents running away, but he hasn't done anything to me. He has been gone somewhere in the recent years, so I can cultivate in peace. Immediately, Hanju calmed his mind and began to cultivate peacefully. Hanju felt the spiritual energy of wind, earth, wood, and water around him. But there was no fire and thunder spiritual energy. Without further thought, he decided to first cultivate these 4 types of spiritual energy well. Just then, the system popped up again with 2 options. First, obtain an energy cultivation realm magical tool. Second, unlock the ability to hide one's cultivation level and spiritual root. Hanju felt, to be able to hide one's cultivation level and spiritual root? This system is really thoughtful. Without hesitation, he chose the second option. Smart move. Staying hidden is key in this brutal world. Time flew by, and 2 years passed. Hanju's 4 types of spiritual energy had now been cultivated to the 7th level of the energy cultivation realm. However, just when Hanju thought he could continue to cultivate peacefully, trouble came knocking. As Hanju was about to return, an inner sect disciple named Xing Hongxian found him and directly asked him to follow her to a small forest. Hanju was puzzled. I don't know her. Why would she suddenly ask me to go to a small forest? Immediately, he opened the relationship list and found that Xing Hongxian had 2 stars of goodwill towards Hanju. Could she be wanting to dual cultivate with me? Should I comply or not? Just when Hanju was slightly excited, Xing Hongxian said, help me get Old Tai's pill recipe, and I'll take you away from the Jade Pure sect to join the demon cult. If your aptitude is good and you achieve some level of cultivation, I might even consider becoming your cultivation partner. Hanju was instantly petrified. Damn, this woman is a demon cultivator. Hanju immediately felt despair. Offending the Jade Pure sect would get me chased to the ends of the earth. But if I refuse, this which will definitely kill me to silence me. Although she and I are both at the 7th level of the energy cultivation realm, I haven't learned any spells. I must not confront her directly. Hanju immediately said, I don't know where the item is, and there's also your fellow sect member guarding the attic. But Xing Hongxian pressed him down. The item is in the attic. As for the other person, I will take care of luring them away. Then she took out a black pill. Just in case, this pill can help you activate your spiritual root. Without waiting for any reaction from Hanju, she stuffed it into his mouth and forced him to swallow. As soon as Hanju returned to his room, he had the system help him expel the elixir. While Hanju was considering whether to follow Xing Hongxuan's orders, system popped out and there were 2 options. First, steal the pill recipe, win Xing Hongxuan's favor, and earn a 5-star hatred from the Jade Pure sect. Second, absolutely refuse. Prevent Xing Hongxian from getting the pill recipe and possibly learn the sword technique, Supreme Finger Divine Sword. Looking at the 2 options provided by the system, Hanju didn't hesitate to choose the second one. Classic Hanju, always playing it big. That night, while Hanju was cultivating in his room, Xing Hongxian suddenly appeared outside his window. I have found out that the pill recipe is in the study. I will lure the guard on Old Tai's attic away in a moment. You go in and search. Remember, there is a formation in the attic. If anything goes wrong, Old Tai will rush back immediately. You don't have much time, so be quick. Soon, Hanju arrived at the attic, and indeed, everyone had been lured away. Hanju went into the study, pretending to search. He pretended to look around casually, and then started to slack off. What a joke. The storeroom is so big, how can I possibly find it? This which could have sneaked in herself to find the pill recipe much more easily. Yet she insists on making such a big fuss. Is she out of her mind? People really are different. Even the pens Old Tai uses are made of gold, while we, the medicine slaves, can only scrape by on the bare minimum. The damned rich landlords. Xing Hongxian suddenly appeared behind Hanju. What are you mumbling about? Did you find the pill recipe? Seeing that Hanju wasn't really looking for the pill recipe, Xing Hongxian was about to kill him. Hanju, scared, bumped into a cabinet, and a vase fell from the cabinet. The pill recipe then appeared before them both. Hanju was completely numb. No, old Tai, this is not how you hide things. It's over. Now that she has the pill recipe, she'll definitely kill to silence me. Just as Xing Hongxian lunged at him, unexpectedly, Xing Hongxian excitedly hugged Hanju. You really are my lucky charm. I never expected the honest you to create such romance. Watching Xing Hongxuan's excited demeanor, Hanju thought to himself, I must not let her get the pill recipe, or my supreme finger divine sword technique will be gone. He picked up a brick, ready to stealthily knock her out, when suddenly an attack hit them both. Hanju was blasted away, and the pill recipe flew into the hands of the newcomer, who was none other than old Tai. Daring to covet the pill recipe? You are truly audacious. Seeing she was no match for old Tai, Xing Hongxian didn't hesitate to run away. When Hanju, lying on the ground, woke up and saw old Tai, he immediately said, Lord, you finally come. I almost lost my life trying to stall that witch. Afterward, old Tai asked Hanju to explain the situation clearly. Once Hanju had told everything to old Tai, he didn't make things difficult for him. Seeing that he had successfully bluffed his way through, Hanju quickly scurried away. At this moment, the system also sent a notification, mission completed. Successfully obtained Supreme Finger Divine Sword. Talk about plot armor. Hanju's luck is unreal. Another 2 years passed. Hanju had cultivated all 4 types of spiritual root to the 9th level of the energy cultivation realm. He was only short of cultivating the lightning and fire spiritual roots to the 9th level to break through to the foundation establishment realm. It was also time for him to leave this place. Taking advantage of the twilight, he took his bag and left the place he had lived in for 20 years. He directly arrived at the gate of the Jade Pure sect. My name is Hanju, a rogue cultivator at the 9th level of the energy cultivation realm, wishing to join the Jade Pure sect. May I know if there's a way in? The gatekeeper was about to report it when he happened upon the outer sect steward, Yang Luo. He immediately had Hanju demonstrate his spiritual energy. Hanju casually executed a move of the Supreme Finger Divine Sword, slicing off the top of a mountain. This move directly stunned the 3 of them. Without another word, Yang Luo took Hanju to register. On the way, Hanju asked, Does the Jade Pure sect have a place for cultivating lightning and fire spiritual energy? Yang Luo was startled upon hearing this. Could this person be a lightning spiritual root? Then he said, The inner sect might have such places, but the qualification to enter the inner sect is reaching the foundation establishment stage. However, if you are a lightning spiritual root, you might be an exception and be allowed to join the inner sect directly. Hearing this, Hanju immediately showed his lightning spiritual root. Then, Yang Luo took Hanju to see an elder, and Hanju casually displayed 3 of his spiritual roots. Just like that, Hanju easily joined the inner sect and even received a luxurious welcome package. The elder and Yang Luo told him to rest well and said they would take him to the inner sect once the great elder returned. Hanju sighed lightly. I accidentally became a key figure to be looked after. But he soon discovered there was fire spiritual energy here, and without a second thought, he started cultivating it. From slave to inner sect prodigy, the glow-up is insane. Half a year later, the great elder returned. Yang Luo immediately came to inform Hanju. Upon opening the door, Yang Luo was surprised to find that Hanju had been cultivating all this half year. When Hanju opened his eyes, he had already cultivated his fire spiritual root to the 4th level of the energy cultivation realm. Then, he went with Yang Luo to meet the great elder. The great elder directly said to Hanju, The sect has 18 peaks, which means there are 18 teaching elders. If someone takes a liking to you, you can directly become an inner sect disciple. Otherwise, you will have to reach foundation establishment as soon as possible to participate in the sect's minor competition. Then, the great elder took Hanju on a flying gourd towards the inner sect. On the way, the great elder introduced the various elders of the inner sect to Hanju. Each peak has its own atmosphere due to the character of the teaching elder. Some are low-key and focus on hard cultivation, while others are often out on missions. So, What kind of cultivation atmosphere do you wish to join? Hanju thought for a moment. I'll choose the low-key and hard cultivation path. I don't like bustle and I don't like being high profile. The great elder looked at Hanju with a meaningful glance, then chuckled. Jade Seclusion Peak suits you very well. You will definitely like it there. Upon entering the inner sect, they were stunned by the scenery before them. Hanju had thought the Jade Pure sect was just a small sect, but it turned out to be so vast. The great elder flew around, introducing the various places of the inner sect to Hanju. When they arrived at Jade Seclusion Peak, the entire mountain seemed quiet and serene. The great elder said, "The teaching elder of Jade Seclusion Peak is Sichuan Fairy. Her cultivation is profound and inscrutable, and she likes to cultivate in seclusion, making Jade Seclusion Peak quiet. Moreover, she does not allow her disciples to have romantic entanglements. So Jade Seclusion Peak is mainly composed of hard cultivators." Hearing this, Hanju's eyes lit up. This place is simply my heaven. Upon entering the main hall, the great elder introduced Hanju to Sichuan Fairy. Sichuan Fairy asked, "Hanju, are you willing to focus solely on cultivation without concerning yourself with worldly matters?" Just as Hanju was about to answer, he heard a voice. "Finally, Jade Seclusion Peak has got a decent junior brother." A girl approached. Hanju immediately opened the relationship list and found that Chang Yuer had 2 hearts of goodwill towards him. But Hanju immediately replied, "Sichuan Fairy, unless ordered, I can stay in seclusion for 100 years without stepping outside." Upon hearing this, Chang Yuer's goodwill immediately dropped to 1 star. Then, Sichuan Fairy asked Hanju to launch an attack on her. Immediately, Hanju gathered all his strength into a sword energy, rushing towards Sichuan Fairy like lightning. But just as it was about to hit Sichuan Fairy, the sword energy vanished into thin air. Sichuan Fairy asked lightly, "Is this the only move you know?" Hanju honestly admitted it. Sichuan Fairy then said, "This sword technique is not bad. From now on, stay at Jade Seclusion Peak." The great elder left Hanju a meaningful smile before leaving. But Hanju noticed Sichuan Fairy staring intently at him. Just as he was puzzled about the situation, Chang Yuer quickly hinted, "She's telling you to pay your respects as a disciple." Only then did Hanju realize, and he quickly knelt in front of Sichuan Fairy. Disciple Hanju pays respects to Master. May Master live forever. Sichuan Fairy was rendered speechless by Hanju's actions. "Do you think your master is an empress? Well, Yuer, take your junior brother to register at the inner sect and help him arrange for a cave dwelling." Chang Yuer immediately dragged Hanju away with joy. On the way, Chang Yuer heartily told Hanju to come to her if he needed anything. Chang Yuer's direct gaze made Hanju dare not look her in the eye. He hurriedly said, "I wouldn't dare to trouble senior sister. If senior sister needs anything, feel free to instruct your junior brother." This made Chang Yuer extremely happy. "I've been at Jade Seclusion Peak for 5 years, and finally, a good-looking junior brother with an attitude and personality that suits my taste has arrived. I can't let him run away." Hanju, observing his senior sister's wretched expression, couldn't help but feel a surge of fear. This Jade Seclusion Peak doesn't live up to its name. Why are all the female disciples like wolves and tigers? Soon, Chang Yuer had arranged Hanju's cave dwelling, even placing him next to her own dwelling. After the senior sister left, Hanju took a good look at his cave dwelling, once again marveling at the luxury of the inner sect. Then he remembered that his master's realm was at the 3rd level of the nascent soul realm in the relationship list. "This is the strongest cultivator I've come into contact with so far. I must cling to such a powerful figure." The known levels of cultivation from low to high are respectively Energy Cultivation Realm, Foundation Establishment Realm, Golden Core Realm, Nascent Soul Realm. In the entire Jade Pure sect, only the Founding Ancestors realm has reached beyond the Nascent Soul realm, yet he has been away for many years and has not returned. Just as he was preparing to start cultivating, the system suddenly popped up and gave Hanju 2 options. First, earn reputation and lead Jade Seclusion Peak to become the most powerful peak. The reward for the mission is an unparalleled magical tool, but it would offend Sichuan Fairy. Second, cultivate in a low-profile manner and gain recognition from Sichuan Fairy, which would reward a secret manual for agility. Upon seeing the first option, Hanju was instantly speechless, earning reputation and leading Jade's Seclusion peak to become the most powerful peak. Sounds like a good thing, doesn't it? Why would it offend Sichuan Fairy? This master is a bit strange. Before he knew it, another 3 years had passed. Hanju's low-key cultivation life is just getting started, but with his insane talent and that overpowered system, how long can he really stay hidden? Drop a like if you're hyped for more, subscribe for the next recap, and comment your favorite part so far. Is it the rerolls, the bluffing, or the sect glow-up? See you in the next one.